Hey guys, welcome to Xbox On. Now, Resident Evil 7 is out on our Xbox Ones and ready to terrify and probably murder us all. But fear not, as we've got your back to help you survive this horror fest hell. Make sure to stay tuned for 7 seriously handy tips to survive Resident Evil 7's House of Horrors. Now, Resident Evil's murderous army have transformed through the years, from slow-brain dead zombies to horrible mutations to horrific creatures. We've had our fair share of nasties. Well, this time round in Resi 7, we've got them moulded. Gooey, massive monsters with huge limbs and a thirst for your death. Don't worry though, they might seem overwhelming, but there's some tips to stick by to guarantee a smooth victory. Firstly, the moulded will absorb nearly endless shots unless you aim in the right direction. Their head or 2 of their limbs to be precise. Shooting off an arm will weaken their attack, and shooting off a leg will slow them down. Although that's all very good and well, what you want to do is a solid headshot. As they spawn in dark areas, your best bet is to leave them somewhere well lit before taking them out. It'll usually take a few headshots to kill them completely. They'll jerk violently after the first shot, so don't try and do some quick fire shots or you'll just end up missing and wasting bullets. Also, a crafting combination of strong chem fluid and gunpowder will create extra powerful bullets. A well-timed headshot with one of these will make for a one-shot kill. Nice. Escaping the Baker family is one of the most terrifying aspects of the game. They're persistent, quick, and downright creepy as hell. The problem is, it can be really hard to predict where they are. They tend to stick to their sections of the house and do the rounds there. For example, Jack's in the main house and Marguerite's in the old house. There are a few things you can do to help deal with them though. First things first, don't try and fight them. You can't kill them unless it's during a boss fight, and you'll just end up wasting ammo. It's quite easy to hide from them once you get the knack of it. Their eyesight is pretty poor when it comes to anything below waist level, so get crouching behind chairs and other furniture. The most important thing you can do though is learn your escape routes. Even if they're right on your tail, you can duck into one of the underground passageways or squeeze down one of the cracks in the wall and they won't follow you there. They'll head back on their patrol, giving you time to breathe, calm down, wipe away the sweat, and get back out there again. Psychostimulants can be very useful little pills as they reveal the location of items in the surrounding areas. You'll be surprised at how many things pop up that you've missed, even if you are a meticulous hunter. That said, don't just waste them in any old location. Your best bet is to use them in darker areas like the basement where it's hard to see those much needed items. These little white arrows will pop up, showing you where all the goodies are in the surrounding areas. Saying that, you can also be a huge cheat. Are you listening, Benny? All you have to do is save your game, use one of the pills to see where everything is, then reload your game and find the items without having to waste a pill. Don't worry, I won't tell anyone. Next up, let's talk about crafting. While the Baker Mansion hides plenty of treats in its nooks and crannies, you're going to have to learn to mix together raw ingredients to keep yourself properly stocked. Crafting requires chem fluid and one of 4 materials: herbs, gunpowder, supplements, and solid fuel. Herbs plus chem fluid makes a first aid med, gunpowder plus chem fluid makes handgun bullets, supplements and chem fluid makes psychostimulants, and mixing solid fuel and chem fluid makes burner fuel. On your travels, you'll also find strong chem fluid. It's much more rare, but it makes better items from the same ingredients. It turns herbs into a strong first aid med, makes gunpowder into an enhanced handgun ammo clip, boosts solid fuel into a flame round for the grenade launcher, and turns a supplement into a neuro round for the grenade launcher. The key to crafting is to try and sit on ingredients until you really need them. If you find a boss is susceptible to fire, for example, you don't want to have crafted loads of handgun ammo just before that. That said, if you find your inventory full when you discover an important item, you can do some quick combining to free up some slots. We suggest prioritizing health and bullets as you'll always need lots of both. If you get really stuck, you can also find vats of blue separating agent. This lets you break down items in your inventory to regain the chem fluid. If you're low on health but have some relatively unimportant psychostimulants, why not break them down and mix chems with a herb to keep yourself going? Item hoarding. Every gamer's secret obsession. Well, in Resi they make our hoarding harder with limited backpack space, which is why the trunk will become your best friend. Every save room has a trunk, and these trunks share your items, so don't worry about having to go back to ones you've previously stashed items in if it was ages ago. They'll all be in one place. The best habit to get into is storing all raw ingredients and everything you don't need at that point into the nearest trunk. Doing this will help you further down the line, as you won't have to craft precious items into things you don't really need at the time just to make space. If possible, always leave 2 or 3 spaces free, as you'll never know when you might stumble upon that all-important key or weapon. You'll find antique coins littered around the house. They may not seem like much, but they're a really important pickup. Once you've escaped the house and Jack Baker's clutches, these coins are used to unlock prize cages in the front yard trailer. These cages contain items that boost health, boost reload time, and even one that holds a powerful magnum, so make sure you hoard them. Again, it makes sense to dump these in the trunks as soon as you get them, as they will spawn in the trunk found in the trailer itself. This one is super useful and will make those boss battles much more bearable. Getting the shotgun is a classic Resi puzzle and one that isn't essential in the main story, but absolutely worth going the extra mile for. How it works is this. There's a little room with a shotgun in it, but you can't pick it up and take it because as soon as you do, the door's shut. So you need something which is a similar weight to put in its place. In the upstairs bathroom, you'll find a wooden statue in the gooey bathtub. Use this to create a bird silhouette on the light and the lower level. From here on, you'll have access to the crack in the wall, which will eventually lead to the basement and all the molded. Once inside the processing area, you'll find the scorpion key, lodged nicely in some gross stuff. Let's just pretend it's some gooey pudding for the sake of our stomachs, okay? After that, you need to use the scorpion key to get into Grandma's room. It's the room which is upstairs from the main hall. You'll find a broken shotgun in there. Switch that one for the working shotgun and ta-da! You've got yourself a more powerful weapon to take on those bothersome bakers. And there you have it, 7 tips to get you through the horror house. Let us know in the comments box below if you have any tips to add to our list, and make sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. We'll see you next time. Bye!